Today we'll learn about muscle cramps. This is Ethan. Ethan just finished a track workout with his team, but it was longer than usual, so he's pretty tired out. As he's walking back to his team, all of a sudden, something doesn't feel right. In fact, something feels very wrong. Ouch! His whole calf seizes, and he feels a sharp pain throughout the muscle. He grabs his leg to his chest, hoping the pain will go away. What could this be? Ethan is experiencing a muscle cramp, which is a very common condition, especially among athletes. These cramps can happen during or after a workout, while walking around, and even in the middle of the night while you're asleep. Medicine Net defines a muscle cramp as an involuntary and forcibly contracted muscle that does not relax. These cramps are, indeed, involuntary. Like Ethan, you often won't know when to expect them. You see, when enough fibers of a muscle enter an involuntary contraction, it creates a spasm. If this spasm is strong enough, it can turn into a full cramp. Now this all sounds pretty painful, so how do you know if you have a muscle cramp? Whether this is good news or bad news, you will know if you're experiencing a muscle cramp, since it will make itself known to you through pain or unexpected contractions. The cramp causes a seizing feeling in part or all of your muscle, often associated with sharp pain. Sometimes, the muscle will harden in one spot or throughout the muscle. Some cramps are preceded by smaller spasms in the affected muscle, but other cramps can be very acute with no previous symptoms. Muscle cramps can last from a few seconds to several hours, depending on the severity. Why did poor Ethan have to deal with muscle cramps? He may be affected by one of the most common causes, which are dehydration, overexertion, lack of stretching or proper warm-up, or mineral deficiencies, especially magnesium, calcium, and potassium. Some people are more at risk for muscle cramps, including pregnant women, people with diabetes or nerve conditions, and the elderly. Well, Ethan is still in a lot of pain a few minutes later, and there's a place on his calf that feels a lot like a hard knot. He makes his way to his athletic trainer, who asks him a few questions to figure out the problem. How much water have you had to drink today? Well, I had a cup of breakfast and a sip at lunch. That could likely be the cause of your cramp, Ethan. Especially when you are training with hard workouts on hot days, you need to be very well hydrated. The amount of water you should drink will depend on your body, lifestyle, climate, and other factors, but a good rule of thumb is to drink about 2 liters per day, which is about 8 cups. Make sure you listen to your body. If you feel you've had enough, you can drink less. If you're extra thirsty, add a cup or 2. Throughout your workout or sports activities, make sure to keep drinking water or sports drinks to keep your electrolytes in count. If you do get a muscle cramp like Ethan, try gently stretching the muscle and apply an ice pack if it is sore. If you or your doctor suspect that your diet is mineral deficient, try adding more potassium, magnesium, or calcium into your diet. Eating a banana before a workout can be very helpful for preventing cramps, since bananas are rich in potassium. Make sure you have a proper warm-up before any physical activity, whether you're walking around a park or doing hill sprints. Try to incorporate both stationary and dynamic stretching. This will get all your muscles loose and warm, and make them less likely to cramp. Even though muscle cramps can be very painful for a few minutes, the good news is they're not permanent. Just ask Ethan. His calves are good as new.